Paul, when we're coming in for our second meeting with you with regards to the design of the house, and we've looked at the size of the garage was fine, and the kitchen and the living room, that's all fine, but I need somewhere to put my clothes.
Usually in the second or third meeting, and I present a design, one of the biggest comments I get back is my walk-in robe's not big enough. So it's important to people. It is proportionate to the size of the house and your budget, to how big that can be and how important that is. You could have a walk-in robe the size of a bedroom, or you could have another bedroom. That's your choice, right? Depending how many clothes you've got. But it is something that seems to be important to people.
Is it expensive to expand the wardrobe? If I said, Paul, it's too small, I plan to buy a lot of clothes?
Yeah, there'll be a compromise. There's something else that the walk-in robe has to replace. So, I mean, that gets down to what is important to you in the house. For some people, it's a big kitchen. For some people, it's a triple garage. For some people, what is very important to me, got a lot of clothes, I like clothes, I want a bigger walk-in robe.
And so what have you found is actually helpful in the robes? Is it a lot of cupboards and drawers inside, or shelves?
It's very, very personal. It's something that it gets personal, but I like to take the client to their own wardrobe and have a look at what they've got there. Do they need a lot of hanging? Do they need a lot of drawers? Have they got a lot of full-length dresses? They're the kind of thing, when we're designing the wardrobe, that's the kind of thing we need to know. Or I've had people, again, it gets personal. Do you hang your t-shirts, or do you fold them, put them in a drawer? Do you need a drawer? I've had clients that go, I hang my trousers by the cuff. So I need that, 1200 depth, millimeter depth for the trousers. So it's very specific, and again, it's the kind of thing that a good architect will take you through and design something specific for you.
That's fascinating, because I didn't know that people don't fold their t-shirts. I've always been a t-shirt folder. So
some people hang them.
That's really interesting to me. Okay.
Yeah, but it's personal. It's specific and it's personal. And for some people, I've had clients that go, I just need a cupboard in the bedroom. It gets very specific, and as I say, it gets down to what else. If you want a big wardrobe, where are we going to put that? Like something else that'll have to go.
Paul, what are some common mistakes that you've seen in your 30 years of architecture with wardrobes, or walk-in robes?
Walk-in robes. Okay. So not everybody has a walk-in robe. It can be quite specific, but if people want a walk-in robe and it fits the budget, then we design a walk-in robe. So I think the mistakes are that if you haven't thought about what's going into it, and that's something that a good designer or a good architect will help you with. What exactly, are they long dresses? Are they shirts? Are they t-shirts? The mistakes are not thinking about what's going in it. Lighting's important. Not having good lighting in the wardrobe. Often not having somewhere to sit down and put your shoes on. If your walk-in robe can handle that, I think somewhere where you can sit down, put your shoes on, take your shoes off. Good mirrors, mirrors in full-length mirrors. So and then often you want one behind you as well. So we would design mirrors to go in the right place. So the other one that comes up quite a bit is the clothes you're currently wearing. So if you're wearing jeans and you don't want to put them away, you're going to wear them tomorrow, you don't want to put them away with your clean clothes, where do you put those? So we'll often provide hooks or a rail, like you'd have a towel rail where you can hang things like that that are clothes you're currently wearing.
What about with the walk-in robe? Is it just one big mixed section, or does it get separated into his and hers, or?
It tends to get separated into his and hers. I think men and women have different requirements, and men tend to have shirts, maybe suits. Women can have long dresses. So you've got that doesn't fit into a space that you've designed for a shirt. So you've got to take that into account. As I say, it's specific to the individual of what they're storing, and that's what you should be thinking about, exactly what you're storing. Look, I've had clients where, the male is more into fashion and has more clothes, and it's not necessarily the women has more clothes. It's just that their requirements can be different. And guys tend to have t-shirts, things like that. They may go into a drawer, but the size of their shirt, the size of what's hanging is different to what women have. So just generally, when you're working out a brief and you're thinking about what rooms you want, you know, how big your garage should be, what does come up is the wardrobe, you know, and there are mistakes that people regret afterwards in that they haven't thought through that walk-in robe enough and what's going into it. They're custom designed. The ones that we do are custom designed by a cabinet maker, and they're specific for you. So they can be customized for your requirements, what your hanging is, the type of hanging you do, how you store your clothes.
But you help with that. So
of course, that's part of my role. The other one I haven't mentioned is if we can arrange the walk-in robe so that we can have a laundry chute, and we do that a lot, it's so that we can have a chute straight to the laundry. That's a great asset.